I lost countless hours of sleep. I couldn't eat. And we worked constantly to get the job done. The only thing that seemed to give me peace during this time was when I heard the song and I said to myself, "It is well with my soul." As the deadlines increased and the feeling of not having anyone to turn to crept upon us, we went through the event to the best of our abilities. And after it was all over and said and done, I started to feel myself feeling conflicted about my future. So this led me to call an important mentor in my life named Shannon. I told Shannon about the bitterness that was growing in my heart and honestly how upset I was of the whole situation. As I nagged and complained, she stopped me. And Shannon said to me, "Sydney, you're not asking yourself one of the most important questions. What is the most servant thing you can do for God and to show God's love? And you're not giving yourself time to be still with the Lord." Now, when she said this to me, it froze me in my tracks. She was right. I wasn't taking that time to be still with the Lord. So over the next few days, I took some time to be still with God and to pray about the situation and the way he was calling me to move. I started to feel him calling me to move in a certain way, and honestly, I was terrified, but I knew that I had to trust God. So I decided to quit that job and just decided to go through school and see what would happen for me. I tried to be optimistic by reminding myself that I had different opportunities, like working with the 209 Man of Ministry food pantry on campus that NLCF partners with, even if that role kind of looked like a small one. When the first week of school began, we had our first meeting for 209. And when this meeting occurred, I learned that my responsibilities were going to be doubled, taking the exact amount of time I had reserved in my schedule for that old job. You know, in that moment, I couldn't help but smile and laugh, because it's like when someone finally tells you the answers to a question that you've been staring at for hours. You know, this trust thing for me, it didn't happen overnight. I never saw myself as someone who would stand before you today. Over a year ago, I didn't even think I was enough to come to church, let alone join an engaged group. But God blessed me by surrounding me with people who saw how much God loved me, even when I couldn't see it in myself. And these people, because of what they did, from turning from friends to family, they helped me form this relationship with God that I'd been missing my entire life. See, that's what God does. He sees what we need, and he provides for us, even when we can't see it ourselves. Trust is scary, but God calls us to trust him when it's hard, trust him when it's terrifying, and trust him when it's easy. Because of how I've trusted God, I've been blessed with this awesome opportunity to help with the 209 food pantry. And if any of you have thoughts or concerns or ideas or want to get involved, please come talk to me, because I would love to have you join us. And whether you're sitting in this audience as your first time or your 300th time, I hope you realize sooner than I did that you are enough and that God does love you. That's my snapshot. Thanks for listening.